Welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Nena and I'm a life coach that specializes in personal development. Here at this channel, we talk about everything having to do with our emotional well-being and personal growth. So if you aren't already a subscriber, please take a moment and become one because we definitely want you to become part of our community. One of the biggest things that we can do to completely block the natural flow of joy and gratitude in our life is to do what I call outsource our happiness. This is when we give ourselves specific conditions or events or hurdles that we need to jump over in order for us to allow ourselves to feel happy. So this habit comes in the form of mental barriers that, again, we're giving ourselves before we allow ourselves to feel that happiness. So it could be things like life events, like I need to get married before I'm happy. I will be happy when I have a baby. I will be happy when I have a promotion. I'll be happy when I'm finally able to retire. It could also be less major events like, oh, I'll be happy when this day is over, or I'll be happy when this week is over, or I'll be happy when I can finally take a vacation. So always we are putting off happiness to some later time. So it's always if I do this, I'll be happy, or when this happens, I'll be happy. So of course there are many problems with this way of thinking, which is something that we are all guilty of doing from time to time. But the first is that every time we say we are going to be happy when or if something specific occurs, we are reaffirming to ourselves that we don't feel that we are good enough or deserving enough for happiness as we are now. We are telling ourselves we are not enough. So another huge problem with this way of thinking is that we are in fact saying that if we need this circumstance to be the case before we are happy, that if it does not happen, or when it ends, or if it fails, we can no longer be happy. So for example, if we are saying that we need to be married before we will be happy, if we don't get married or if we get divorced, then we can no longer have a chance of happiness because we are pinning our happiness on something external. So we have to understand that giving ourselves these hoops to jump through in order to feel happiness is really the opposite of self-love. So if this outsourcing of happiness is something we see as a theme in our life, it is something we really need to take a look at, because we are just pushing happiness down the line further and further and reaching for it, and we never get to it. So it's something that we need to start with right now. Happiness is completely an inside job and can never be contingent on these external events that we have no guarantee that they will happen. Now, of course, that does not mean we shouldn't strive for goals or dreams or things that we believe will be positive in our life. We just can't let our happiness rely on those things happening, because they might or might not happen. And again, circumstances change. So even if something is the case at one point in our life, it might not be true in a later portion of our life. So our happiness can't be that vulnerable. Our happiness has to be right now. So we must break that habit of putting our happiness in someone else's hands, or even in the universe's hands. It is in our hands. We are safeguarding our own well-being and our own happiness. So we need to do that by being present in this moment and seeing all the good that is in this moment. There's always so many wonderful things happening now, and so many times when we're so focused on these future events and circumstances, we are failing to see all the good that is present in this exact moment now. So if we can truly learn to be present in this moment and to enjoy this moment, we are going to experience happiness on a whole new level. We can understand that happiness is truly our natural state of being. If we're in the now, we can see the good and we can realize we don't need any of these external factors. We are enough. We are worthy of our happiness. We are worthy of all the wonderful things that life has to offer right now. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please like it and share it with anyone else who may need to hear this message today. Also, if you aren't already part of our community, please go ahead and subscribe because we definitely don't want you to miss out on anything. I thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have an amazing day.